Greetings, dear ones. So I'm making a video right now because live I think it is going to take a lot of time, and plus there is internet problem here. Signals are weak here, so I thought I'll make a video itself. But I don't think it's going to get over in 20 minutes. But I'll try to squeeze it up as fast as possible because there is so much to speak about this place, and I would like to put on the details of this place. I wanted to write a blog, but it's going to take a lot of time, so I thought let me make a video. So in case anybody comes to this is for the whole world. Whoever wants to come this side and wanting to meditate, especially the meditators who want to come here for meditation, then this video is meant for you. You can look into all the details here and you'll find all the details here, which is going to help you in your sadhana or tapas or your meditation. Kollur is a place in Karnataka. Kerala is very close from here. We have the border. Mangalore is almost like border, Mangalore, Kasaragod, and after that is Kerala. It begins from there, Kasaragod. So that side, down south, you have Mangalore, Kasaragod, and then further down around 80-90 kilometers you will have Kanjangad, which is Bhagwan Nityananda's place. And if you travel northwards from Mangalore towards the north, then Kollur Mookambika is at around 135 kilometers from Mangalore. So the way to reach here is only by bus. You will have maximum train till only a station called railway station called Mookambika Road or Baindur. It is also known as Baindur or Mookambika Road. So trains only come till there, and after that this is all a hilly area. So it's like ghats, and it got a lot of twisty and curvy roads here. So only buses can frequent here. But every half an hour from Baindur or Mookambika Road, there are buses plying here towards Kollur. So you will find a lot of buses here anytime, but only make sure you come to the railway station before 6, because after 6 there are no buses this side to Kollur because it's ghat area and it's risky. So this is known to be Shri Sthalam or Shri Kshetra, or you can call it one of the 7 places of Lord Parshurama, which is supposed to give you salvation or mukti or liberation. So this is the Shakti Peeth again. So the Shakti, the Divine Mother, the goddess's name here is Mookambika. Mookambika, I'll also explain briefly how it came mythologically. I don't know the relevance, how you would like to relate to it, but mythology is going to be important if you want to, connect with this element here. So Mookambika Devi is the form of none other than Ma Parvati, or you can say Adi Parashakti. Adi Parashakti is the cosmic mother of the entire cosmos. So she is the mother, divine mother of the universe. Divine mother, and divine father. Father is considered to be Shiva. Shiva, who is pure consciousness, pure awareness. So anything that comes out of that in the form of vibration is known to be this divine energy, which we call Shakti, Adi Parashakti. So she is a manifestation of Ma Parvati or Adi Parashakti, taken this form of Ambika. There are multiple names of the Divine Mother. So Ambika is one of the fierce form of the mother, and she came to kill a demon here called Mukasura. Mukasura was killed and she gained victory over this demon. Muka means dumb, Asura means demon. So dumb demon. The story goes something like, he was a Asura. He was a demon who wanted to harass the goodness here, all the divine beings here, like the sages and all that. And he was in a lust for this power. So he was doing a lot of tapas in this area, a lot of austerities to win over boons from Lord Shiva. So his actual name was Kaumasura. So Kaumasura did a lot of tapas, and the father mother of the universe were aware of this. The mother became very concerned, and she took the form of Saraswati. And let me tell you first, this place is mainly known for the Swarupa or the element of Ma Saraswati, Mother Saraswati. That's the most divine element here. I'll tell you why this Kshetra is very powerful and why I love coming here, because it has got the Shakti aspect as well as the Shiva aspect, which you will not find commonly in any other Shakti Pitas. And the Shakti and Shiva are both consecrated in one place, and the Shakti again is divided in the three forms, which we call the Mahamaya, which Gurudev beautifully explained a couple of weeks back. So that is how I could link quickly to this place the moment I heard him speak about Mahamaya and the three powers or the three Shaktis, divisions of that Adiparashakti. So one is Ma Saraswati, the mother of wisdom, and one is Ma Lakshmi, the mother of wealth and abundance, and one is Ma Kali or Durga or any fierce forms, which is an aspect of Shakti or power. So all these three elements in our life makes us complete. Without this, life is incomplete. So having these three aspects of that Shakti, helps in getting a root foundation to live in this world. And what better is, these three Shaktis again combined with the male aspect again, the Shiva Tattva, that also. So all these four forms, technically if you speak, are in one place in this temple. I'll explain in the best way I can why and how does this come from. There is a lot of history here, which only if you connect all these things, only you will get this aspect. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Otherwise, whatever I explain, it will just be like I heard it from somewhere, read it from somewhere, and I'm telling you. I don't want to do that. I want to combine all these elements that are diversified. If you go to the internet and search, also it's all mixed up. It is only little here and there, or some parts there, some parts here. So if you connect everything, what I'm trying to put here. So the form of Shakti, the three Swarupas are all here, and the most prominent Shakti in these Shakti is Ma Saraswati. So you can technically call that the Adiparashakti is actually in this place in the form of Ma Saraswati, because she appeared to even Adi Shankaracharya ji, who did his tapas here in this place. This is Adi Shankaracharya ji's Tapabhumi. So there is a hill next to this place, around 25-30 kilometers away from here. It's a very tricky hill. It's called Kuruchadri. Kuruchadri hill is again a very powerful and a very, very mystical hill. And this is where Sri Adi Shankaracharya was supposed to have done his austerities. And that is where the hill where he was supposed to have written the Saundarya Lahari. Because the mother appeared to him, being pleased with his tapas and his devotion and bhakti. The mother, divine mother, appeared in the form of Ma Saraswati to him. Because Adi Shankaracharya is gifted with Ma Saraswati, the wisdom that flowed out of him, the poetry, the poetical words, the lyrics, the prose that he wrote, and all the slokas that he wrote, all the mystical scriptures that he has wrote, it's flowed from there. It's coming from the Divine Mother Saraswati. So she already had blessed him, but she was very pleased, and she appeared in the physical form. And looking at that form is when he wrote the Saundarya Lahari. Saundarya Lahari is the Saundarya, the beauty aspects of the mother. He is trying to describe the beauty aspects of the mother in the 3D plane, because it is celestial. It cannot be described that way, but he beautifully pens it out, which came to be known as the Saundarya Lahari, praising the beauty of the mother. And the story so goes that when the mother appeared here, he was very keen to install this powerful Shakti, Ma Saraswati, in Kerala, because he belongs to the Kerala, and he knew that there is no aspect of Ma Saraswati there. So he pleaded with the Divine Mother, please come and stay in this part of Kerala also. To which she was not, because she was just there to give him darshan. But he pleaded, and finally giving to it, the mother is said to have only one condition. Okay, she'll come, but the one condition is that you shall not doubt me. You shall lead the way and I'll follow you. Wherever you want me to come, I'll come. But you lead the way, but you shouldn't doubt me. And Adi Shankaracharya agrees, and from Kuruchadri hills, he's supposed to have moved down all the way down the holy hill and walked through this place and was moving towards Kerala to take the mother there. And at this spot, at Kollur, when he reached, because he was aware that the mother is behind him, because he could hear the tinkling, the payal, the anklets which are there on the ankles, the Divine Mother walking. And now these are mythological aspects of what I am speaking, but they have deep relevance if you go from the non-dual aspects. So that you might want to link it, how all these aspects are very much linked. I wouldn't want to go and interpret that for anybody else. I do not have the rights. But I have my own interpretation that helps me. So I can just give certain hints, and the rest is up to you. So he walks down and he is going towards Kerala, and the mother the mother's anklets are no more heard. So suddenly he sees from there all these, the hill down. He was hearing the mother, so he was sure the mother is there. Now the anklet sound was not there. Actually, the mother was testing how much is he going to keep his word of not doubting her. And Adi Shankaracharya is said to become a little perplexed, and he looks back. So when he looks back, that is a clear signal that he has doubted the mother, and she says that you have broken your vow. Adi Shankaracharya becomes perplexed on this, and he starts pleading to the mother. Mother said, no, my condition was that I shall not come a step forward if you doubt me, and here you have doubted, so I am not going any further from here. And this place, Kollur, she grounded herself in this place called Kollur Mookambika. Now, the temple, this is what I am saying, the exact temple where the Garbhagriha is, that is the place that the mother is supposed to have settled down. But Adi Shankaracharya is persistent, and he keeps pleading the mother that she wants to be installed. He wants her to be installed there in Kerala, and pleading a lot. And finally she gives into the plead of a son, a divine child, and she says, okay, in that case, I will do one thing. I cannot break my vow also, so I will remain here. But what I'll do is, I shall come to Kerala in the mornings and return back at noon here. So that is why the rituals, if you see, there is a noon ritual that she has returned here, and all the worship, system of worship goes in that manner. But where does she go in the morning? That's a place called Chottanikara. Chottanikara is in a place called Kochi in Kerala. And fortunately, I was there visiting my relatives a few years ago, and I happened to visit Chottanikara. I didn't know the significance then. Then I came to know, oh my God, it's the same. It has got linked with Kollur. So it is said the mother's form takes its presence, its subtle presence in Chottanikara in the mornings and returns here in the afternoons. So that's a deep divine connection, again synchronized. I got connected somewhere to that, and I was very happy to learn this. Oh my God. And that is how I ended up there. So this is the whole aspect of Ma Saraswati. So she is supposed to have grounded herself here now, and the place where she settled down is the place where Sri Adi Shankaracharya installed the Shri Chakra. Shri Chakra, if you do not know, is the pattern grid of the universe, from where the cosmos, the whole cosmos unraveled itself from a point called Bindu. The Bindu is the point from where the whole creation began. And so creation means vibration. It's a certain vibration. It began from that dot, and that vibration, if you see the patterns are what is there in the Shri Chakra. So that Shri Chakra is a symbolic representation of the whole cosmos, and so Adi Shankaracharya worshipped the Shri Chakra. He was a worshipper of the Divine Mother in that symbolic form. Okay, so the Shri Chakra, right now also, if you enter the Garbhagriha, you can see Mookambika Devi's Vigraha, you can see the idols. She's sitting there, and right in front of her, a few feet in front of her feet, you can see the Shri Chakra in gold plate. Okay, and it's a hollow kind of a Shri Chakra. You Google it out, you will see the images, and there is a hollow in between, in above, you know. Now these things are not explained, so I'm trying to put all these in place. There is a hollow because that hollow place is supposed to be the Bindu. The Shri Chakra is complete with the Bindu, but the Bindu here that is standing is a Swayambhu Linga. Swayambhu Linga is something called a Shivalinga that appears by nature, in nature, on its own. It's not man-made. So it's said that it's nature-made or God-made. So Swayambhu Linga is there. And Swayambhu Linga is the Bindu actually. So technically if you see, the Shivalinga is there, the Swayambhu Linga is there, the natural Linga, and the Shri Chakra is placed on this and penetrated in this manner. You can say, I am not technically right, but that hollow that you see is actually for this protruding Swayambhu Linga. So the Bindu becomes the Shivalinga. Are you getting this? It's very deep, because I was contemplating and I was perplexed to what I could understand from this. This, the Bindu, is the Shiva Tattva. Shivalinga is obviously Shiva. And actually if you see, the Bindu, the point of creation, is actually Shiva, because the whole nothingness is Shiva Tattva. The pure consciousness, pure awareness, the vast infinite space of awareness or consciousness is Shiva. And from where the point began the creation, so that means the Shiva, from the Shiva began the creation, the Shakti. It's expanded from there in the vibrations. So the Bindu is explained here as the Swayambhu Linga. And it is said that Maharishi Kola Maharishi used to worship this Swayambhu Linga. And this is ages back. Ages back. So you can see how the step down things happened there. So it's something like first episode, as far as I can say, it's not there on the internet, but what I can gauge from it is the first thing that happened here was nothing but a Swayambhu Linga is there, and Maharishi Kola is actually worshipping it for years together and doing his tapas there, austerity. Slowly the time passes and all that, and then comes this the episode where Adi Shankaracharya ji pleads with the mother, and the mother comes and she installs us in that spot. Okay, and the Shri Chakra is installed on this by Adi Shankaracharya ji. So now it has become a Shivalinga, and this Shivalinga, this Swayambhu Linga, is also known as the Udbhava Linga. Udbhava means creation. See how deep it is. The creator Linga, from where the creation took place, Udbhava Linga. So from this Shivalinga, the creation took place, technically speaking. That's how it's meant to be here. And this was installed by Adi Shankaracharya. See, this is all technique. This is just not just mythology. It's very scientific if you go to see. But mythologically, if you go, okay, there is a story attached to it, and then if you get attached to the story, then you go mythologically with the characters and with the roles that is played in that. But deeper, for meditators, especially those who are on the path of Advaita, this will appeal to you. You'll love to understand the whole science of this, especially the people who are worshipping Shri Chakra, or the meditators on Shri Chakra, or Shakti sadhaks, if you see. The Shakti, the Shaks, they will like this to understand this thing. And very rare to have the Shiva in that Shakti, in all this symbolic form, which even in the gross form, the Shivalinga, the Bindu is there, and then you have the Shri Chakra installed by none other than Adi Shankaracharya ji. So I believe in the morning 5 o'clock there is something called a Trikal Puja or something they do. That is a time where you can actually see the Swayambhu Linga. So if you enter the temple, I don't know if they still do it because I haven't caught up with it, but I've heard that Trikal Puja is there early morning 5 a.m. So if you can catch up at that time, then I'm sure you will get the darshan of the Udbhava Linga or Swayambhu Linga and the Shri Chakra in its full form. Right now, otherwise it's kept covered. And most of the time it's filled with flowers, and also you won't be able to see other time of the day. So this is all the significance of how this power has manifested in this place. This is believed to have been constructed by none other than Lord Parshuram, this temple. And this again, see, Lord Parshuram's role also is there in this. This again, who is again a master of Sri Vidya. Sri Vidya is the science of the study of the Shri Chakra, if you see. So Sri Vidya is that science. So Lord Parshuram was a master in that. So this place is supposed to be one of the 7 Mukti Sthalams. It is also known as Shri Kshetra. Shri Kshetra means Shakti Kshetra or Shakti Pita, in other words. It is known as the Mukti Sthala, means a place of liberation. There are 7 places of salvation built by Lord Parshurama, and this is one of it. So you can see the importance of this place. This is believed to be one of the 7 Shakti Sthalams or place of liberation built by Lord Parshurama. Okay, so I was talking about the story of the Asura named Mukasura. So before that he was known as the Kaumasura. Asura as demons. Again, these are very deep significance. Okay, they are just not stories. So stories if you take, you will get stuck in the stories and mythology. So Kaumasura did his penance to please Shiva, and the Shakti, the mother, came to know about this intention and knew that he would create problems. So what she did is, she is already there in the Saraswati form here. Saraswati, Ma Saraswati is the tongue, speech. She is known for the speech, the goddess of speech. So she took up with the speech of this Asura. And the Asura, Kaumasura, became speechless, or he became dumb. And dumb means Mukha. Mukha is dumb. So Mukasura, he became Mukasura, he became dumb. Now he couldn't ask for the boons from Shiva, but he was continuing his penance. But he was very persistent. Then he approached Guru Shukracharya and played his own game and convinced him some or the other way to get back his speech, and he's supposed to have got back his speech. And then he takes the boons from Lord Shiva, who grants him his boon, and then he begins creating an havoc in all this place here, killing sages and all that. And once things get out of hand, then, as the divine law is, the cosmic intelligence or the Shakti, cosmic Shakti, has to interfere. A divine intervention is needed. Periodically this has happened throughout the ages. So this was another time when the Shakti had to manifest itself and slay this demon. So the same Shakti manifested itself in a fierce form, Ma Ambika, and she slayed, or Ma Durga, you can call any, these are fierce forms of the mother. And she slayed the demon. So when she slayed the demon, she gained victory over Mukasura. So she became Mookambika. That's the entire story about this place, why it is called as Mookambika. So with this significance, again, it's very deeply, non-dualistically, if you deeply read it, that you do it on your own, but I'm just hinting on to you. The dumbness is our power of speech. If we do not use our power of speech in a proper way, it can create troubles. Our speech can end us in troubles, and we can get Vak Siddhi, when we purify ourselves. So that Vak Siddhi is the boon from Shiva. So anything you say manifests. And if it is in the wrong hands, if you manifest it wrongly or prematurely, and if there are a lot of wickedness or negativities within, then the same speech, power of speech, can cause trouble. So you can see the mother in the starting tries to protect the seeker as well as the people around the seeker from this trouble of this Vak Siddhi issue. She tries to take out the speech from there, but he is more, he is said to have convinced Guru Shukracharya. That means through the power of the Guru, again, he manifests this. See, it's very technically deep. How you want to interpret it, you can go in. And then through the grace of the or the compassion of the Guru, he wins over that and he gains the boon, and then finally he does what he has to do. The intention was impure. And then later, the mother had to intervene. The divine power has to intervene, and it ends in slaying off. Slaying off means Mukasura, dumping off or snatching away that power. If you go to see, it's all technically that way, how I interpret it. But however you want, you have the freedom to interpret it. But this is how it goes. Now the image of the mother, Mookambika, if you see, there is a certain kind of an image, the looks and what she has, the conch in her hand, the Abhaya Mudra and all that, the Mudra of granting wishes and all that. So mother, the cosmic mother means the energy. Energy is always got to do with manifestation. Shiva is pure. Shiva is non-desirelessness. There is no desires. There is nothing to do, nothing to create. He is just a mere witness. If there is something to be done, or if something has to be gained or achieved, it has to have a desire. And for the desire to manifest, you need power. You need energy. That is when the mother, in the form of this energy, works out to manifest it. So technically speaking, again, mother, the creative force, mother, Adi Parashakti, is nothing but desire. Fulfillment of desires happen from there. Only when there is desire does this energy go forth. Like for example, if you know the details of Shiva, is just a mere witness and nothingness. It's supposed to be nothingness, because if you are just a mere witness, there is nothingness. It's blank. Just one thought was enough. But I need to experience myself. How will it be if I can experience one thought, spandan? And it all began from there. Now that thought is a desire. Put that desire into action, the creative energy, the force has to work in. And when the force worked in, that is what resulted in this whole creation. So all this creation, you, me, everything that we see around here is that simple one desire of the pure consciousness. So we are jumped out of that. We have begetted, we have been born out of that desire. And so that Shiva Tattva is experiencing itself, that means us, through this desire. And who put it into action? Mother, the Divine Mother. So see how beautiful it is, the science of the whole element. It's very, very, very beautiful. So mother sitting, the mother is symbolically given a swarupa. That energy is given a swarupa. That is Mookambika. And Mookambika represents, again as I told you, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati and Mahakali. So three Shaktis or the Mahamaya is representing in this idol of Mahambika or Mookambika. So that image itself is a representation of these three energies. So how did this image come into places? It is believed that this is the mental imagery that came to Adi Shankaracharya. And it is a representation, manifestation of his own picture that he got about the mother that was represented in this idol form. So if we go to the temple, again, idol, yes, important, but more than that, on her feet, look at her feet, below her feet, there is the Shri Chakra. There is this Meru, and there is this Linga, Udbhava Linga in that. So it's very powerful. If you know this aspect, you would know what to do. I will not tell you what to do, but you would know what to do. What I mean to say is the dual sadhana works here perfectly. The Shakti and the Shiva, both sadhanas work perfectly well here. Now, this is one of the area, this is one of the sthalams, this is one of the kshetra where my Gurudev, Avadhoot Shivanji, had visited many years back while he was on his years of travel and tapas in many tapabhumis that he traveled. He has visited almost all the Shakti Peethas and all the divine places of throughout India and Nepal. So he has covered everything. He has been and he has gone and he has contemplated. He has lived in that energy. He has lived in that space and he has worked on it. I am sure all these elements were very much vibrant to him while he was meditating in this place. Because this is what I want to give an example of. This is how our approach towards sadhana should be. It should be completeness. It should be complete involvement, whole body, mind and soul. Everything is involved here. The soul is here. Your mind is here. Your mind which has all this wisdom, this knowledge, through which all this knowledge is coming. That should be all in place. And the body should be attuned to be, attuned to this place. So body, mind and soul, you are here. My master was one person who always worked and always works with wholeness, body, mind and soul. So that's an example for us. And perhaps that is why he was wanting to get into the Garbhagriha. He requested that he wanted to go into the Garbhagriha. It's very strict here. They do not allow. They absolutely do not allow. So he was refused at that time. Gurudev, my master, decided to enter the Garbhagriha anyways. And he said, I'll enter. So it is told that the people were a little concerned as to how, and they were keeping a watch on him. So he went and sat outside. I believe it is the inner parikrama. When you enter the temple, you have the outer parikrama where mobiles are allowed, photography is allowed, video is allowed. I shared all the videos and photography from that outer parikrama inside the temple. Okay. So the inner chamber, when you enter, all mobiles and all are not allowed, and plus men are not supposed to be in, they are supposed to be topless. Okay. So no banyan, no shirt or t-shirt, nothing. So you are forced, literally, you have to, if you want entry inside, you have to take off your shirt and banyan, nothing, topless. So it's a strict rule and there is no escape to it. So inner chamber, when you enter, I believe, I'm not sure, I believe this is where he entered, my master, and inside that you have one more parikrama of the Garbhagriha. There is a Garbhagriha where the idol is there and all the Shri Chakra, everything is there. It's a small chamber space where the priests actually do all the worship. So nobody is allowed into that. So inner parikrama is there one. So I believe he went and sat somewhere there, saying that I'll get him. So they were little curious and they wanted to keep watch on him. But he did not mean that. He is a master. He has mastery over his mind and body and soul. So he knows how to astral travel. So he was talking that he will enter the space in his subtle body. And that's what he did precisely. He went and sat there. Physically he was there, his body was there, but astrally he was inside the Garbhagriha and doing what he has to do with the Divine Mother. He's a Shakt again. So that's how he has shared this many times. So whenever I come here, I remember all that. It all connects well, all this information, all these pieces and bits that we have, everything together, my Gurudev's presence here. And then I met a number of divine people here, even Monji I had met here. So I can see multiple divine people in this kshetra coming here to do sadhana. So they are all aware of what this place is. So I wanted to share these details with you. Okay. And then in the outside parikrama, you have many temples of Lord Ganesha, Lord Kaala, Bhairava. So now it is said that when the mother was putting up this war with the demon, Kaala Bhairava form and Ganesha, Ganapati, they assisted mother in the war. So you can find their main temples also. There is a Kaala Bhairava, big temple inside. Good powerful one. And in the outside parikrama, you will also find Saraswati's temple, a temple dedicated to Saraswati. Now this is the place yesterday where I met Surya Gayatri, which I made a separate video. I was sitting there and suddenly I got pulled. I was actually focusing on the Garbhagriha here and meditating, and suddenly I felt, I have to go to the Saraswati. I have never been there. I have never seen the temple open. So curiosity pulled me there. I asked somebody, they said only it opens at 8:39 every night. So I said, okay, let me sit and meditate. I was meditating and then this thing happened. There was a divine celestial voice running in my head, and I'm like, so beautiful because there is so much of noise and disturbance, and I'm glad, like, oh, there is some divine tune and now I can, and it was really pulling me into absorption, that voice. I was getting like shudders also in between. I said, wow. Then I said, this must be Surya Gayatri's voice because it's looked like, but I was in doubt. I said, why would she be here and all that. Then I was getting absorbed and all that, and then the voice stopped and began again, and so I got out of it. And then when I looked at her, she was actually singing. It was Surya Gayatri only. Then I happened to talk to her and all that, and her parents, divine parents, very humble parents, and we took a photograph and all just to capture a memory and all those things I put in a different video anyways. So Ma Saraswati, all those people, the musician, the creative people, the people of wisdom and arts, performing arts and all that, you will find all come there. All the artists. I must share this. While I was meditating the first day, suddenly the beingness of S.P. Balasubramaniam came. I have not even thought of him. It was months together. I didn't even think, but I was just meditating and suddenly his being became present there. If you know what I mean. So it's like he was there, moving around in that space. I couldn't understand. But later when I saw the Saraswati Temple and then I read about this little more in detail, I got it. Okay, yes. All the artists, performing artists and all, who know about this Kshetra come there for her divine blessings. It's a very blessed place to be there. And she definitely grants. All the children are brought here. All the children who know about this, parents who know, they bring their children 2 years to 5 years. They are brought here to be blessed by Mother Saraswati into education, into wisdom. And they pray that the child gets the right wisdom, the right knowledge. And it is a process called Vidyarambam. So they bring the children here for Vidyarambam. It's a kind of initiation that is given here through that subtle power of Ma Saraswati. In that Ma Saraswati temple, outside the Mookambika temple. Vidyarambam. I remember a song beautifully which we had worked on, Saraswati Mantra. The Saraswati Mantra, which I believe is on Shiva Play, the app. Beautiful tune. And it is the Saraswati Mantra, which has this word, Vidyarambam. So, yesterday I was sitting there and I remembered this. I said, wow. So, the mantra goes something like, Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Avishyami Siddhirbhavatu me sada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini. Kama is desire. The Swarupa of desire, the one who comes to fulfill your desires. Kamarupini. Varade Kamarupini. So it's like Saraswati Namastubhyam, we bow to you. Please bless us with our desires, with our wishes. Please fulfill our desires, our wishes. This is what you are saying. Vidyarambam. And they are talking about give me the right knowledge. Give me the presence, entry into this deeper wisdom, higher wisdom. And let me be able to perceive the right wisdom. Obviously through our Viveka. Viveka is what discriminates and let us know what is right and what is wrong. That's the divine wisdom. So the prayer, the mantra is supposed to be this. I believe it's on Shiva Play, which in case you don't know, it belongs to Shiva, an organization, Shiva, and they have this Shiva Play. In that there is a special album for children. Many mantras are there. Guru mantra is there, Dakshinamurti mantra is there. That way, Hanuman mantra is there, and then you have this Saraswati mantra also, which is very beneficial, very powerful for children. And then, apart from that, is the Kuruchadri hills, which I haven't been here. I wanted to. Next time, I'll surely go there. But it's a difficult trek, and you are not advised to go alone there. You have to go in groups, or you can join the people who go. And there are many jeeps that take you here. Only jeeps can take you there. These are special drivers who know how to trek in those, because the roads are very risky, very dangerous, and you're not going to have an easy ride. It's going to be very bumpy and very scary. So, and these are skilled drivers, so it's advised that you go only with them. So it takes about 2 hours to one side. So you can be there and then you can come down. If you are meditating, then go in the morning in the jeep and stay there till afternoon, evening, and then you can come back. There are buses also, but buses you won't get direct. You will have to at least trek another 4-5 kilometers of steep mountaineering. So if you are strong enough to do that, you can do, and then you get buses to Kollur here. So jeeps can take you there. So either ways you can, but do not trek alone. The people here also advise, don't do that. So Kuruchadri is that powerful hill. It's called the sacred hill where Adi Shankaracharya ji and many mountaineers and trekkers and picnickers and sightseers, they go there. They do not know the significance, but this is supposed to be how it is. And yes, between the Kuruchadri hills and Kollur flows the Sopernica River, holy Sopernica River. Sopernica because it is said that, mythologically again, a Garuda, an eagle, Garuda, known as Suparna, actually had holy dips in this river, and it gained salvation, mukti, in this river, the moksha from this river. That is how it came to be known as Sopernica River, and it's supposed to be very holy. I believe there are around 64 medicinal herbs that mix up in this river as it flows, and it is known to cure many ailments. But I must say, unfortunately, the river is very polluted these days. I think it has lost its glory, it's lost its sacredness, because all that you can see is pollution, filth, stink. Because the hotel where I stay is the Kollur Mookambika is here, temple, and there is a small bridge in front of it, and this side there are many hotels. So I stayed in the first hotel there, I forgot the name. This room is there only. So technically I am just one bridge away from the Kollur Mookambika. I can see from the window the temple, and the idol is facing here only. So it's very close. Between that is the bridge. Bridge for what? Under that flows Sopernica. But if you look at it, it looks like a gutter. Very, very sad and unfortunate. So it's not been maintained. It's full of pollutants, and it's full of all the wastages, sewage coming from the hotels, and plastics and bottles. I don't know. But I think somewhere that side the river is little more clearer, and further down to Kundapur and all, I think it's better. But here it's all. I think they have even stopped the process, the divine process that they had, the ritual of dipping the mother, the idol of the mother, here in the holy water because of its dirt. Apart from this, in Kollur, if you come here, then there are other places apart from this, and this might not be of interest to others, but again, people on the path of Avadhootas and the great mystics, because this is all the place where many mystics, many Avadhoots have walked, many sages have walked and did their tapas. So it's a very powerful place. And one of the great Avadhoots is Bhagavan Nityananda. His ashram is here because Bhagavan Nityananda is supposed to have roamed these areas. Nobody knows how much, but I have heard that he was seen here. And it's nowhere documented, but he was a lot of time here. He spent a lot of days and months, I think, in these areas. And yes, there sprouted one ashram there of Swami Vimalananda. Vimalananda was the direct disciple of Bhagavan Nityananda. And while he was in his body, I was fortunate and blessed once to have his darshan. We took his darshan, we met him, we touched his feet, and he spoke for a while. He gave us some prasad. And then we came to know he left his body in 2014. It's a nice place. You have the Samadhi of Vimalananda Swami, and also Bhagavan Nityananda's worship is done daily. So it's Bhagavan Nityananda's ashram. So that's one place if you like to meditate, or if you want a peaceful place, that's a peaceful because it's little on the outer side of this periphery. And then you have a cave temple here of Swami Shankarananda. Had a lot of wisdom from his master in Siddha medicines, and he healed a lot of people here and treated a lot of people here. So he lived in this area, and he a little down the main temple only. If you ask anybody, you will get the cave temple. There's a cave temple, just 5 minutes walk down. So I actually came from the cave temple. I was meditating there. I came here, and now I'm doing this video. So nice. You can see a cave, and I believe there's a Jiva Samadhi in the cave. You can see it from outside to distance. You're not allowed to go inside, and I think photography is also not allowed. I don't know. But you can sit and meditate. Highly vibrating place. It's a Jiva Samadhi of I don't know whose it is, if it is Shankarananda Swamiji's or his gurus or somebody in the lineage, I don't know, but it's a powerful space. So that is another place if you want to meditate in silence. There is good silence there. That is one alternative. So these are all the places of Shri Kollur Mookambika. So if anybody is interested, and this I made a general video, this is for the public, whoever wants or whoever comes here, especially meditators and deep meditators and deep seekers on this path of liberation, and Shakti seekers who are there. This might help you. Even the Shiva practitioners also. Both work here very powerfully. But if you know the essence of all this, I am sure it is going to help you. And regarding accommodation, there is nothing to worry. There are plenty of hotels here, ranging from 400 rupees to 2000, 2500, AC, non-AC. You get everything depending on what you exactly want here. With enough parking space, and food here is good. It's light. You can have light food here, meditators and all that. That also is available. Plenty of good water and all the resources. ATMs are there, and all the small things that you call commodities. Everything is there related to dry fruits or sweets or your cold drinks and things like that. Everything you will get here. Small 2-3 electronic shops if you emergencies, and if you want lungi and shawl and all that, because that is the dress code that you have here. Even if you don't have, it's okay. Do not wear shorts here, male and female both, and try to keep your legs covered. Obviously not just here in Karnataka, you will have this strict dress code even in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. No shorts, no revealing clothes, keep yourself well covered, and no fancy stuff. And the male boys and men have to take off they have to be topless inside the temple. That's how it goes. You might say you got to respect the rules. Yes, we got to respect it. But what I'm trying to say is, on a very deep end, on a very higher end, it doesn't make any real sense, because there everything, that father and that mother, the subtlest forms, that all that they need is just pure intentions, bhavana. It just looks into your intention. That's all that matters. Rest, nothing matters. So if you go with that, then you will understand. You will not fall into too many do's and don'ts. You will just be there. Like for example, when I sit here, I don't die to go inside and have the pushing and have the darshan and all that. Only once a day I do that in the morning when the crowd is less, and rest of the time I try to spend inside the parikrama if possible, because every 15-20 minutes or half an hour people come and wake you up, and the temple is closed while they do the abhishekam and the rituals. Everybody is asked to move out, so it is a disturbing process. So what I do is I sit in the outer parikrama, where you can actually sit facing the main temple there inside, and nobody disturbs you there. So that I'm just hinting you, if you like to do that. But as far as possible, what I try to do is, even if I meditate or I don't meditate, what I try to be is to live in complete awareness. I move around this temple. I keep moving for hours together, even if it is whole morning, or because all morning, afternoon, I don't have that fortune of being a tapasvi like that, doing that kind of tapas. So I have my limited meditations, and then I keep myself in awareness. I keep moving in awareness, sitting there in awareness, connecting with the inner chamber in awareness, and working on my koshas, my chakras, and all those things. I do not go into details. You know what to do if you are in awareness, and a lot of things happen. Because it's all about your purification, and essentially this is known. In one place I was just looking before coming here in the internet, it is known as the cosmic power spot. Look at this word, cosmic power spot, and which I call as vortex. All these places are important places where the power is immense. So what I do sadhana anywhere else might not be the same that we do in these power spots. In these pithas, Shakti pithas or moksha stalas, or mukti dhams or mukti stalas. These are very powerful places where even if you don't do anything, if you're just walking or you're living there in a certain kind of awareness, a lot of things happen. which you need not know. The purification keeps happening. There's something else that's working. Otherwise, I see wherever I sit to do meditation, there is an I that does this. I'm the doer of certain thing. But here when I come, yes, the doership also is there, but we work on partnership. It's like little doership from my side and less is surrender. Just like ignition I need from doership from my side, and then I let loose in that awareness space, and then it takes over. And what has to be done will be done. That cosmic power knows what is the highest good for us all. So that's one way of how I deal with such power spots, and that's one important reasons why I travel there. That's one very important reason why my Gurudev traveled to all the Shakti peaks. He traveled and did tapas in those places until he did not need anything external. I am not in that stage, that I can claim that I don't need anything else and I'm self-sufficient. If I was, I would have been. But I need help. I need help from the Divine Mother, from the Divine Father. This is all their creation. I love to be engrossed in their creation. Variety of creations the Divine has made. Variety for different kind of people. And for whom have these rishis made and left back? If they were selfish enough, they would have just done their tapas and left off with. No, they have preserved. Lord Parashurama has built this temple that came for centuries. It has lasted with a purpose, with a vision that people come here and do something. And all the things that are established here, be it even Adi Shankaracharya ji, if you see all the work that he has done, he has left behind for the people. All in the different places he has left, he has built. Now Parashurama built 7 moksha stalams. What does that mean? He has built it for whom? For us, the people. So it can be utilized. Those who want it to be utilized. There is no hard and fast rule. You have to. I've always said this. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to travel in order to. It's on your inner calling. And I'm telling you, my inner calling was this. I was just listening to my master who was talking on Mahamaya and the 3 Shakti forms. And I was trying to contemplate how could these forms be. I was thinking, Mahalakshmi is in Kolhapur. I remember that tattva is there. And Ma Kali is in Dakshineshwar. That tattva is there. Where is Ma Saraswati? This is Ma Saraswati's place. So, and then I suddenly had this desire to come to Mookambika. I was supposed to go to Kajangat, but I said this station is coming in between, I need to get off and spend 2-3 days here. So that's how I got down from here. And then I come to know Dakshineshwar Kali, Mahalakshmi of Kolhapur and Saraswati of Kollur are all 3 in a divine form in Mookambika. So it's like visiting 3 places at one time in this form here. And plus we have the Father, the Shiva Tattva also here. So I said, wow. I knew little about last time when I had come here, but this time all these things mystically brought me. And I'm telling you, it brought me here. I couldn't deny it. Ticket was booked. I booked it weeks back, and there was no saying no to anything. I just came here, and I'm telling you, I bumped into this divine little girl, child of Saraswati, Surya Gayatri. It was supposed to happen. I made one video, if you are interested. As I said in that video, specifically, completely I've dealt with, when your karma thins, you will attract or you will get attracted to places and people who are bound with you karmically to unleash something you don't know, and there will be a lot of familiarity. And I have explained in that multiple of my experience, life experience, wherever I travel, this has happened. And this, go to see again, this is one. And there was so much of familiarity with this divine parents of Surya Gayatri. So there is something, we don't know what. So I don't go by my buddhi. I leave it to the Divine Mother and the Divine Father. And what comes from the inner calling, whatever comes, we do it. So there is no hard and fast rule. If there is an inner call, there is. If there is not, then you are there. You do whatever you feel best. So with this, I take your leave. And if you need any more information, you can put it in the comments, or you can write in a mail or messenger or whatever regarding this place. I'll try to clear your doubts if I know anything more about it. So with lots of divine love and light, May the Divine Mother bless us all, evolve, and I must add, all that I spoke today in this video is with the divine blessings of my Gurudev, without which I'm not nothing to even speak, because it's his wisdom. It is my Gurudev who brought me to this field. It is my Gurudev who revealed the Divine Mother to me, and in so many ways introduced me to the Divine Mother, and gave me a direct connection and a perceiving, capacity. It's only with the grace of the Master that this can happen. And whatever I could speak even continuously in this 1 hour, it's all His grace. The divine grace of my Master, and obviously the divine grace of Ma Saraswati. With this I bow to them all and to you all. Lots of divine love and light. Stay blessed.